MMA Weekly. Down with the Cowboys.
Up in here.
Up in here. Now it's Cerrone. How you doing, brother?
Good, good, good.
Let's talk about your life, man. I mean, you're an adventurer. We've talked about this before. You're doing bull rides weeks before the fight and everything. And, yeah, man, just what's life been like since the last time we saw you? What's been going on?
Just living the dream, my man. You know, lake season, back on the water.
Hence the wonderful tan that everyone back in the Midwest will be jealous of.
You know, you get a little tan, it makes your muscles look better. That's
it. It doesn't work for me. Go figure. Go figure.
Man, just living and training, man. You know, rebuilding my house right now, so it's a process we've been doing. But
so going with that, the ranch?
Yeah, tore the whole back ass out, like to the studs, and just rebuilding it all. So it's a hell of a job.
Put an air skydiving pit in there?
No, not yet. Not yet.
So here we sit in May. Initial impressions of the fight. Another Memorial Day card, big card, lots of eyes on the card. You know, it's a holiday weekend. Yeah, where you're at in your career and initial impressions on the fight.
I'm excited about this fight, man. We got to start the show off. KJ's stylistically exactly what I need. You know, he goes out there and throws down. So it's going to be a great fight of the night potential, and a nice bonus check.
I think you're not kidding when they've looked at for the beginning. You know, KJ's short. He likes to get in and out. He likes to do those lunges. You're a great counter puncher. You can be aggressive when you need to. If you were a fan and you were just explaining Donald Cerrone and KJ Dudes, how would you explain that fight? How would you run through that fight happening?
Well, I don't know about run through the fight. I would just say sit down, don't blink, and pay very close attention because this fight may end very shortly.
KJ toiled over in Strikeforce. He's had a long career, but the level of competition is not what yours is, and that's not enough. It's just a fact.
Yeah.
How much of a factor do you think that'll play?
You know, I do think that will play a big factor in this. You know, I've had a lot of tough fights, and we'll see Saturday night, man. I'm excited. The guy throws down, he comes, he brings it. You know, I'm not overlooking him, not giving him any less credit. You know, and he is going to come. He's going to fight with all his heart, and that's exactly what I need, because that's exactly what I need to get back and show all the fans that Cowboy didn't lose his heart. My mind isn't gone. My heart isn't out of this sport, you know, so absolutely.
It's interesting you bring that up, because in your career, it has been like that. It's been 3 wins, 2 losses, you know what I mean? It's been bop, 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 and up and down, and now we're kind of sitting in one of those periods. We've had experience in this before. You went on a sick tear where you won like 4 or 5 in a row. What did you learn from that? What are you channeling? What have you learned in that time of those ups and downs and where you're sitting now?
Yeah, man, it's just life, ups and downs, man, and unfortunately, I wish I could just win them all, but you can't, and you need to figure out when life is bad, your career goes bad. You know, it's kind of how it works. And right now, life is good, man. So
is that why we get the bull riding and everything, and the wakeboarding and
I'm gonna answer that question for you, and I haven't answered it 100% for everybody else, but I believe I do all those things because it puts me in fear for my life, and it makes me like fighting. I go out and fight. That's like scary, and like gives me that feeling like, whew. And so when I get on a bull, or when I'm climbing a mountain, and I'm doing all these crazy things, it gives me that same fucking rush, that same feeling, that like near-death experience that I'm looking for, man. And I think, you know, if I could fight more, maybe I'd quit all that. And I think that's like the adrenaline I'm chasing after.
So it's almost like training your nerves at a heightened sense.
Sure.
It's almost like throwing you into the tornado, so to speak. Bad choice of words with the incident, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Throwing you into the fire, so to speak.
Absolutely. Like, man, when I climb in, you know, up rock climbing, I'm, you know, 600, 700, 800 feet in the air. That my nerves and my heart is beating so fast, and everything has to go perfectly, or it's going to end very badly, you know. And it feels like the same thing when you're in that fight night and you're looking across from your opponent. Everything has to go perfectly for it to go out the way you want it to be. And when I used to bull ride, you're standing over your bull and he's going crazy, you have to just focus on you, not focus on anything else. You have to just be tuned in with what you are right there, and you just get that same rush and that same feeling.
That's interesting. And you're a Jackson guy, and I imagine you've talked to Greg about this. He sounds like a guy that would be totally with that. He'd be like, yeah, that's pretty genius. Like, you know, go out.
I haven't talked to anybody about it, man. That's just no. And you're actually so exclusive here. Bang,
bang. Oh, that's awesome, man. It's a Is there any like?
So I'm chasing that feeling.
You ever get too close?
Yes, sure, all the time.
Example?
Rock climbing. 8 weeks ago, you know, I was took a pretty good whipper into the ground. You know, had I been higher, it would have been fatal. So, but yeah, but then again,
there's free climbing and stuff.
Free climbing. Well, not free climbing. I have all the gear, but the gear, I was like overconfident in my climbing. Didn't set near enough gear, and it all pulled. So it was scary. And when I hit the ground, you know, it was like, wow, that was.
How high up were you?
About 40 foot.
You fell from 40 foot.
Well,
the pull, you got pulled.
Yeah, and then the last one held and kind of whipped me down. You know, it was fun, scary. The rush I'm looking for, you know. Unfortunately,
it's pretty interesting. Donald Cerrone,
up in here.
First fight of the night. Everyone tune in. UFC 160. Thanks, Brian.